a really basic question, and then like your view on Bigfoot. Like, do you think, like, what did you think about the article? Like, do you think the information they provided, and if you have any other like information that you think?
Well, I have this quote. Wait, I'm gonna actually find it in the article. It's the same kind of eyewitness reports we see from the Loch Ness Monster, UFOs, ghosts, you name it. He said, the monster thing is a universal product of the human mind. We hear such stories from around the world. I really like
like I quoted that one too.
Because it kind of shows that it could definitely be a hoax, and the human mind could just be imagining it like it did for like UFOs, and especially the Loch Ness Monster. Because now people are like, oh, it's not real, because the first, like, the most famous picture was like fake. So
Yeah.
Because I was like researching the author who wrote this, and he I think that, okay, let me start. I think that like the article maybe is a little biased because he didn't put much information about why maybe he wouldn't be real. And I was researching him, and he like writes a lot of articles about monsters and stuff like that, or about like things that like maybe are true, maybe aren't, like myths. Yeah.
Okay, so do you guys think there was actually proper evidence that Bigfoot existed?
No, because, like, if they don't have Bigfoot, like, actually have Bigfoot, like, photos don't work, like, tracks don't work. They actually have to have Bigfoot, I think.
yeah, when they have like a Bigfoot in a zoo, then
A Bigfoot in the zoo. Yeah. I don't think so, because like they always say that like if they find quote unquote Bigfoot fur, it said in there that it was like either like deer or like
Elk or
elk
something.
or bear, yeah.
And then, like, what makes Bigfoot different than a bear? Like, Bigfoot, like, so he's like,
I guess
yeah,
he does
but,
have
like,
all the
so
characteristics
you know how
of a
there's
bear.
so many different like species of animals like in the ocean that we don't know of. So
Yeah.
like Bigfoot could just be like that, like just some
A
species.
different
of
species of
So like,
bear.
why is there so much hype on Bigfoot? Do you think?
yeah. What's
How about because people have like witnessed it, but it has been proven real, like with an actual like one being caught, for example, or a dead body being found. Because I did find this one report on this guy who said he like shot and killed one and then like buried the body, but that's really stupid, because
really stupid.
if you found a Bigfoot, why would you bury the body? You would like return the evidence and say, look, I just found Bigfoot, I'm this cool new person.
I am awesome.
Yeah, like why wouldn't you report it to someone?
Yeah.
Just doesn't make sense.
And then also in this article, I'm trying to find it. It had something to do with one of the guys arguing about how it was a bear. Oh yeah, the bottom line is they don't have a body, said Michael Durnett, who writes for Skeptical Inquirer magazine and has followed the Bigfoot debate for 20 years. Bigfoot buffs note that it is rare to find carcasses of a grizzly bear in the wild. Well, that's true. Grizzly bears have not escaped photographic documentation. Hair samples have been recovered from alleged Bigfoot encounters have turned out to be from elk, bears, or cows. And I like how that paragraph focuses on why you should believe either side, and like why you should believe it does or doesn't exist.
I had a question. Why do you think the author chose to write on this topic?
Well, like Bigfoot's a really big deal. Like I said, like it's no one has ever seen it, but there's like evidence that there could be, but like the evidence could always be fake. So it's like kind of like it's something you can argue really well.
Yeah, it's a good controversial topic, and it's nice too because it's not really going to offend anyone, because like controversial topics about like religion and stuff and politics, they will offend people. This won't really offend anyone, so it's like a good topic to do something on. because people are gonna have reviews and debate on it, but it's not really gonna be offensive.
It's not like you're gonna get into like a huge fight
Yeah.
over it. Like,
So I just searched like Ray Wallace because he's the one who supposedly like started making it up, you know, with the wood feet and stuff. And then he took a picture like that.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. That's very fake.
And then there's just like pictures of like the different
Yeah.
wood carving feet he used.
also like knowing that there are people out there that will like prank and like,
Yeah, like,
do that. Like,
yeah.
just
no
makes
one
me think
is
less that it's
100%
real.
trustworthy. Like, you can't really trust anyone. So that's why you have to have, like Olivia said, the dead body or Bigfoot, not in the zoo. But like, yeah. Oh, and then like another thing that was in the article somewhere, it was like, do you think there's only one Bigfoot, or do you think there could be like different? Because I think if there's more, like that's what it said in the article, but I think if there's more, then there's a higher chance of finding one, and if there's more, then we should have found it by now.
I think
Yeah.
it's more, but like, how could there only be one and then people report seeing it on like the same day? I get that it could be like lying, but like it's all over the globe at like different places.
Because they
here.
said
But
that,
it also
like,
doesn't make sense because if there was only one, then like all over the globe, different places of the year, and he can't be like living for this long,
Yeah.
like knowing
And-
lives for this long.
Bigfoot reports, I did a little research, Bigfoot's reports have gone back like as far as if you look on like Native American carvings, you'll see like Bigfoot like carvings in the rock, so like that kind of like could like, I don't know, maybe it was just like some like spiritual thing. I couldn't like find any more about it except for that, but yeah.
Okay, so is that all of our questions for that thing, or does anyone have any more?
I just said why do you think the author chose the structure of this way, which was one of the questions.
Okay, so do you guys want to start in the second reading questions? Okay, so for the first one, is there any figurative language used in your article? We all kind of said no, because it was more fact. Like it wasn't. It gave a lot
It
of
was a
facts
lot of
about
facts and quotes.
yeah, quotes, and not like really. It wasn't telling a story. Like I feel like figurative language is kind of used in storytelling, like
More
to more
fictional.
explain things. But this was like dates and facts and things.
Yeah.
And then it was, what part of the articles do you agree or disagree with? I can agree with the part like where it said like the footprints, some of them could be fake. Like even with like the pictures of the in the mud, like you could still use like a stamp or like carve it with like a stick or something.
Like he did with the wood.
Yeah. And then I also agree with the part how that person, I forgot who said it specifically, compared it to UFO and Loch Ness Monster sightings.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
And then, like, what else I agreed with, did anyone remember where there was, like, Bigfoot, there was, like, a print in the mud or something?
Yeah.
Like, that makes sense to me because it was, like, it showed its bone structure and it was more like a human than an animal's. And so, like, that makes more sense to me, but it can't be proven that it was Bigfoot. Like, it could have just been a human. I don't really know. But, although it said it was, like, 40 times bigger than a regular
It was
human.
50%.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was.
And then I also agreed with like if Bigfoot is real, then why hasn't he been found dead or alive? Like I agree with that one too. And then what I didn't agree with was the photographic evidence. Like they were talking about like scientists were taking like the guy that faked the evidence. Like so I really don't agree with the photographic evidence thing.
It's like, like I said earlier, it's like I said that it's like kind of hard to know if they're just tricking, if it was just like a prank or if it's actually.
Oh yeah, and I did a little more research too, and I found out there's this thing in like Hawaii that's basically a Bigfoot. I forgot exactly what it's called. It starts with an M, but it's basically Littlefoot, and they're like 2 to 3 feet tall. Like people reported like seeing them and stuff.
Yeah, so it's kind of like the UFO ghost thing, like. And then look up information on the author. We kind of talked about that, about how he kind of writes stories about.
And I also found some information like he won like some like awards for writing for National Geographic.
I saw that one.
Okay, so then let's start on the third.